Okay. We have a lot to talk about. Saturday, February 19th was the biggest NFT crypto exploit that the NFT community, Web3 community has ever seen. More than $1.7 million, ludicrous, was taken from Metamask wallets and hardware wallets, including ledgers and Trezors, due to an extremely elaborate exploit in regards to Web3. The source of the scam, hack, exploit, I don't even know what to call it. Whatever you want to call it, was elaborate, thought out, and to be frank, smart as hell. This hack exploit took place the second the CTO of OpenSea went on stage at ETH Denver. ETH Denver is a conference, NFT conference, where a lot of NFT community members get together. And in this video, I'm going to break down what happened, the possible causes, the possible reasons as to why this hacker was able to steal ETH alongside highly valued blue chip NFTs, and what we can do moving forward as a community to protect ourselves and cover our ass. To be frank, guys, I am extremely paranoid and also terrified. This all started around 9 p.m. Eastern on Saturday the 19th. My Twitter notifications started blowing up. I happen to be a moderator in Champs Only Discord, and our general chat was also going parabolic. I was trying to read all the messages, soaring through all feeds. I realized a lot of people were freaking out as blue chip, Ethereum, and medium valued NFTs were being snagged and drained out of people's Metamask wallets and ledgers. From Bored Apes, Azukis, Mutant Apes, motherfuckers, CloneX, a lot of blue chips were being stolen without authorization. The whole community was pointing fingers at two possible places. One, the new OpenSea Wyvern mitigation contract, as well as the X2Y2 drop. For those of you that don't know, OpenSea already works on a Wyvern contract. They were just upgrading this to a version 2, and you were able to migrate your current listings, old listings to this new contract. When I saw all this, I started freaking the out. Soon enough, I found myself in a 3-hour Twitter space trying to debunk everything going on. I was able to talk to a lot of people, some prominent figures to be honest. We had some solid Solidity developers giving their 2 cents, from a VFriends developer trying to break down this whole entire situation. By the end of the space, everyone's head hurt because no one knew what the hell was going on or how it happened. By the end of the space, we were able to narrow down at least 5 probable causes as to how this happened. The first option is the OpenSea mitigation contract. Second, an API exploit within Metamask itself. 3, a possible gas reduction code that was uploaded to GitHub that actually is malware and just disguised as a gas reduction code for smart contracts. 4, possibly phishing emails from OpenSea, as there is some evidence to that. People have actually received phishing emails in the past. 5, possible old contract exploits. I think the OpenSea mitigation contract is too easy to point at. Very well could be. I could be totally wrong. If it even was OpenSea's mitigation contract, they're not going to admit it, as it will result in 100% litigation. They 100% don't want to get sued. Metamask recently did an update. There was an experimental setting where you can turn on API called token detection. The definition of this token detection: we use third-party APIs to display and detect new tokens sent into your wallet. Turn it off if you don't want Metamask to pull data from those services. API exploits are one of the easiest ways to gain access to a wallet. I'm not an expert on this by all means. I was able to learn a lot from this Twitter space, but based on the space I was in, this could easily be one of the main causes. They are fairly simple to exploit, and many individuals have this setting turned on without even realizing it. But another rational conclusion requires much thorough research and a much deeper dive into Etherscan as well as GitHub. If we were to look at recent contracts, recent NFT mints, we could take a thorough look at their code to see if it possibly was a gas reduced code that the developers and team actually did not acknowledge and ended up actually being malware. The idea is that someone released a gas reduction code on GitHub, but in reality, this was just a backdoor access to approving access to your own Metamask wallet / ledger. If you minted, transacted with this NFT, with this project, this could possibly have been a way that a person, this hacker, could have gained access to your wallet. Another possible cause, as individuals have received these before, is a fake OpenSea phishing email. A phishing email is essentially a fake email pretending to be a certain entity, a certain company, in this case OpenSea. If you were to interact with this fake email, they actually would have gained backdoor access to your wallet. Lastly, old contract exploits. I don't think this is a reasonable cause, as we probably would have seen this in the space already. Guys, to be completely honest, I have no idea how this happened, but these are just probable reasons, possible outlets that we can look to further debunk what the fuck happened. There were only about 32 individuals, now narrowed down to 17, who were targeted and truly affected by this hack, this exploit. whatever you want to name it. The crazy part about all this is that the timing was actually perfect. This individual started to exploit these MetaMask wallets, these ledgers, as the CTO of OpenSea took stage at Denver ETH. The actual contract for this exploit was deployed 28 days ago. I'm almost for certain that this isn't one, but many individuals that were part of this exploit. This is from charliemarketplace.eth. Give credit where credit's due, because I could not develop a diagram as sophisticated, as elaborate as this. So this is the NFT exploit. OpenSea hack is bad. This guy tornadoed into a fresh wallet on 12/30, made a weird contract call on January 22nd to OpenSea's contract, and now he's pulled 18 and counting batches of NFTs. Essentially, this is the contract that was made on 1/22. This is from 12/30, the 1 ETH tornado, and essentially all these figures, so 1, 2, 3, 4, all of these guys right here, all of their NFTs were drained to this supposed hacker. You can see that they lost NFTs such as Azuki. This guy lost a CloneX as Azuki. This guy lost 15 Azuki, 8 Doodles. This guy lost 8 Azukis, 6 motherfuckers, 3 Mutant Apes, a Doodle, 2 Doodles, 2 Kaijus, a Mutant Ape, a Bored Ape. This is extremely elaborate and thought out and planned. Shout out to Charlie Marketplace for coming up with this diagram. I just want to show you guys the actual magnitude of the situation and how many wallets actually got drained. And the question is, how the hell did this guy get access to so many different wallets? And that answer is still unclear, and I'm still not entirely sure. I hate to say this, we're so early in this space. Stuff like this is going to happen, and it's so unfortunate, and I really wish it wouldn't. But we need to be able to not forget about situations like this. So I just wanted to show you guys this diagram of the magnitude of the situation and how steep this exploit really was. I will link this diagram below just so you guys can actually understand this whole entire thread. This hack and exploit was very intense and very thought out. This is a tweet from Isotile. Shout out Isotile. This is the contract creation for the contract that he used to be able to gain access to all of these NFT wallets, all these ledger wallets. I'm familiar with Etherscan. Etherscan is just a rabbit hole. You just gotta follow the rabbit hole and remember how to get back out. The point is, this contract was made 28 days ago, and it was thought out and deliberate and elaborate. This wasn't just something that was spontaneous and on the fly. Going back to how this happened when the CTO of OpenSea was on stage, this guy knew what he was doing, these people knew what they were doing, and had a malicious intent to steal, to drain these NFTs out of these individuals' MetaMask wallets and ledgers. The spooky part about all of this is the fact that they were also able to get access to individuals' ledgers. Going to Etherscan, this is the address that hacked, exploited the wallets. At one point, this was $1.7 million. Obviously, they took their profits, sent their profits, and they're tornadoing all of the ETH into other wallets. You see that there are reports that this address was used in a phishing scam, so Etherscan does acknowledge the fact that this was a phishing/hacking wallet. It's very unfortunate and very sad to see. I need to bring this to your guys' attention. For one, we tend to forget about rug pulls scams in this space. We'll talk about it for a day or two, and then it flies over our head. This is something that is so significant and so important to the future of Web3 and NFTs that we do need to get to the bottom of this case and figure out what actually happened. If we don't, it's going to happen again, and it's probably going to happen on a much larger scale. As the innovators of Web3, we are the voices, and our actions are the future of what this space is, what NFTs are, and the entire ecosystem of crypto. Many of us are focused on upcoming mints, top projects, what whitelist can we get on, that we have strayed away from the most important aspect of the Web3 environment. This factor dictates whether this space even succeeds or not, and that is security. We need to be able to protect ourselves from these type of attacks, as random and ransom as they are. Without security, there is no point in getting upcoming whitelists, becoming a part of mints, having an NFT. What is the point of trying to do all of this if we can't even secure our own assets? Here's what I'm going to recommend to you guys for security to protect yourselves moving forward. 1. Have multiple MetaMask wallets. Have a specific MetaMask wallet that is just for holding ETH, that you never connect to any type of website, never mint an NFT, nothing. Have a specific MetaMask wallet for minting NFTs. Have a specific wallet for selling NFTs. Have a specific wallet for holding on to NFTs. And the same goes for Ledger. Have a ledger that you store ETH on, that you never connect to anything. Have a ledger that you store NFTs on, that you never connect to anything. Being able to have specific wallets for specific actions is one way that you are going to cover your ass, because your money, because your Ethereum, your crypto, your NFTs are just spread out rather than in one centralized place. As decentralized as this is, after this weekend, I've realized you need to be able to spread your eggs. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Also, please avoid any email, any link, no matter how sophisticated or professional it looks. By avoiding these links, you are going to protect yourself, because you will not provide access to your wallet, to your ledger, any of the above. And lastly, I'm going to show you about the token detection experimental tab within Metamask that I talked about. Okay, so you pull up your Metamask. This already might be off, but unknowingly, it could also be on. You're going to head to the top right. You're going to go to settings. Under settings, you're going to go to experimental, and then use token detection. Make sure this is off. By turning this off, you're not going to allow, if it was a possible API exploit, you will no longer be vulnerable to these API exploits in the future. All around, you won't be exposed to API exploits. Besides disconnecting your wallets from websites, contracts, usually you do this, you go into MetaMask, you click the triple dots, see connected sites, and then you click on the garbage can, and that disconnects your wallet from the contracts. Just in case, just for reassurance, for your own conscience, for my own conscience, you guys are going to want to go to etherscan.io/token approval checker. And don't worry about the question mark search. This is just because I have the hacker's address. The search box is put your address. So what you would do is you type in your address and you'd hit search. You would then be prompted to an ERC20, ERC721, and ERC1155 tab. Essentially, in all these tabs will show any contracts that your wallet is still somehow connected to. You're going to click connect to Web3, a MetaMask prompt will pop up. Sign through the MetaMask prompt. This is safe, it's through Etherscan. And then eventually there's going to be a blue revoke button here. For all these tabs, you are going to click revoke to fully disconnect your wallet from that site. It will tell you how much money and how many NFTs you have at risk due to being connected to old contracts. I'm not going to click connect to Web3 and show you all this because ever since Saturday, this website has been overloaded and it has a hard time loading. But essentially, this is a way for you to really disconnect your wallet from any type of contract that you thought you disconnected from but aren't entirely sure. That being said, also check your ledger. You can type your ledger address into here. Make sure your ledger is not connected to anything. Even though it's a cold storage, after this weekend, they are still prone to being hacked. And I personally believe that all the people affected by this somehow clicked a phishing email, maybe somehow allowed access to these NFTs. But overall, this is a really good way to see what contract your wallet still may or may not be connected to. That is all I have for you guys on this whole OpenSea Web3 exploit. I wish I could provide more information with you guys, but I would just be spreading disinformation, and everything that I'm sharing right now, I know for a T is a possibility. So that being said, I don't want to spread any type of misinformation or confuse anyone else. If you guys did enjoy this video, please drop a like, hit that sub button. Let me know what you guys think of this entire situation in the comments, because I want a clear answer on this, and the NFT space tends to move a mile a minute and usually forgets about rug pulls, scams, etc. But this is something so big and has such a profound effect on the entire future of NFTs that it's something that I don't want you guys to forget about, and I never want to forget about it. It's 2 days after, and I'm still extremely paranoid, extremely terrified. If you guys feel like you're at risk somehow or still entirely want to be safe, one thing I can suggest is a thought process: create an entire new MetaMask and send your funds or NFTs to that, as that is an entire new MetaMask wallet that hasn't connected to anything. But going back, always try to have 4 different MetaMask, each wallet specific to a certain action: listing, selling, holding. Same with your ledgers. I know it might sound costly, but at the end of the day, you'd rather spend a couple $100s than lose thousands of dollars. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was able to help you in any way, shape, or form. It really sucks. If you were one of the people that was affected by this, I am truly sorry, but you're going to bounce back. We're all going to bounce back from this. Don't have paper hands. Always have diamond hands. I'll see you guys on Twitter. Peace.